At dawn, the desert breathes. Golden light rolls across ancient mesas, unveiling a land older than memory. These cliffs have witnessed centuries of silence, yet in their shadow once thrived a people who turned bare stone into sanctuary, and the harsh wilderness into home. Hidden beneath vast sandstone shelters, entire villages cling to the cliffs like living dreams. Every doorway and hollow was shaped by patient hands. Homes carved from faith, endurance, and the will to belong where no life should endure. Handprints still cling to the walls, the touch of builders who lived and vanished 1,000 years ago. As sunlight drifts across the canyon, shadows trace their memories, silent, timeless, unforgotten. Here, firelight once danced beneath stone ceilings. Families gathered, grinding corn, telling stories, and watching the stars rise above the cliffs. They lived between worlds, the dust of the desert and the promise of the sky. Up perilous stairways carved into sheer rock, they carried water, food, and hope. Step by step, they built their legacy, not of conquest or empire, but of endurance and belonging to the land. Now the mesas stand quiet, bathed in the last light of sunset. The wind carries their whispers through the canyons, and the ruins glow once more, silent guardians of a people who refuse to vanish.
With only stone tools and willpower, the ancestral Puebloans carved entire cities from sandstone cliffs. They built where others saw danger, turning sheer walls into sanctuaries bathed in sunlight and shadow. Each dwelling was aligned with the sun. In winter, sunlight poured through their windows for warmth. In summer, shadows cooled the walls. Every stone, every angle spoke the language of balance and survival. They shaped the cliffs with simple hammers of harder rock, grinding, carving, polishing. Clay became mortar, timber became beams, every resource drawn carefully from the land they revered. Their designs captured sunlight, wind, and rain. Canals and cisterns collected scarce water. Walls breathed with the heat of the desert, a perfect union of art and engineering. They climbed narrow ladders and stairways carved into rock faces hundreds of feet high. To live here was to live in constant motion between the heavens above and the deep canyons below. Centuries later, their cities still stand, untouched by time, balanced on the edge of the world. The ancestral Puebloans built not monuments to power, but living testaments to endurance.
As dawn breaks across the cliffs, life stirs within the stone walls. The ancestral Puebloans greet the day between earth and sky, a world they carved from the canyon's heart. They lived with precision, every stone, every tool, every vessel crafted by purpose. In this harmony of labor, art, and survival became one. The desert was not a barrier, it was a partner. Through patience and knowledge, they coaxed life from the dry earth, feeding both body and spirit. As the stars returned each night, stories were told, not of kings or wars, but of balance, of wind and fire, sun and stone, the cycle that bound all life together. When darkness fell, their world did not sleep. The stones remembered every voice, every footstep, every whisper of the wind. Centuries may pass, but the people of the cliffs endure, written not in ink, but in stone, light, and the eternal silence of the desert night. The winds began to change, and with them life itself. Rain stopped falling. The soil turned to dust. The desert began to reclaim what it had given. One by one, they left their homes, carrying only what memory could hold. The last fire faded, and with it, the heartbeat of the cliffs. Only silence remained, carved deep into the walls of time. Yet even now, Under the stars, the voices of the cliff dwellers still whisper through the wind. Though the people are gone, their spirit endures, written forever in stone, where the sky meets the earth. The echoes of their world still linger, carved in stone, waiting to be remembered. This is Forgotten Civilization.